Kurumjay, a very good afternoon. You are watching Afternoon English Bulletin on Sktv'S. And I'm Victoria Rajkumari. First, the headlines. Seventh session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly begins. New Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand faces floor test. Protests erupt in Delhi and Churchanpur over Kangpokpi MLA Nemcha Kipgan taking oath as Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand says his first task as Chief Minister is to focus on resettlement of internally displaced persons. And the Manipur Human Rights Commission orders State Archaeological Department to safeguard Sati Khongnang and Meiki Di Khongnang at Mayang Imphal as heritage site. And now to top stories. The 7th session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly was formally summoned by Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla and began at 4 p.m. today. New Chief Minister of Manipur, Yumnam Khemchand, faced floor test today. The governor served the summons in exercise of the powers conferred by Clause 1 of Article 174 of the Constitution of India. This comes after the cabinet meeting chaired by new Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand passed a resolution to call the assembly session today following his swearing-in and 4 other ministers at Lok Bhavan yesterday evening. The other ministers taking the oath include Deputy Chief Ministers Nemcha Kipgan and Lucy Diko, along with Cabinet Ministers Govindas Konthosam and Kurajam Lokan. The Cabinet meeting also approved the Governor's address, which is mandatory at the beginning of the first Assembly session. Following the Governor's summoning of the Assembly session at 4 p.m. today, a vote of confidence for the new government led by Khemchand is expected to be taken. Kuki-Zo Tribal Forum staged protests outside Manipur Bhavan last night, opposing Deputy Chief Minister Nemcha Kipgan, one of the 10 Kuki-Zo MLAs who took oath as a part of the newly formed popular government in Manipur. The protesters expressed strong dissent against her inclusion in the government, demanding her immediate removal and reiterating their long-standing call for justice for Kuki-Zo community and separate administrative arrangement. During the demonstration, protesters raised slogans such as "We want separate administration," "We oppose popular government," "Nemcha out, justice in," and "We want Nemcha to step down," reflecting deep dissatisfaction within sections of Kuki-Zo community over the current political developments in the state. Meanwhile, various civil society organizations of Technopole district have strongly condemned Kuki-Zo MLAs who joined the new state government, saying they acted against the community's interests. In a joint press release, different organizations in Tamenglong district, including Kuki Chiefs Association, Technopole district, Kuki Students Organization, Kuki Women Union Human Rights, Hill Tribal Council More and MAWC declared its strong resentment and distress towards the MLAs, accusing them of prioritizing personal ambitions over the Kuki-Zo people's aspirations. The statement further criticized the formation of the government, claiming it as a systematic way to continue subjugation and suppression of the Kuki-Zo people. The group reiterated its demand for a separate administration, a union territory with the legislative power as a matter of survival and the path to lasting peace. While announcing a social boycott of the MLAs involved, the CSOs called on the Kuki-Zo people and leaders not to be disheartened by the action of the MLAs, whom they call as traitors, but to stand our ground more unitedly for the way forward. Manipur Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand has stated that his first task as a Chief Minister will be the safe return of internally displaced persons in both hill and valley areas. He was speaking during a visit to Govindaji Temple at Palace Compound today, where he offered prayers for peace and prosperity in the state. He further said that restrictions of movement in national highways, IDP resettlement and a peaceful resolution to the present law and order crisis remains his top priority as Chief Minister. He highlighted the long-awaited effects of the May 3, 2023 crisis that rendered 60,000 people homeless, while saying it as in his imperative to restore peace and normalcy in both sides of the communities. Responding to questions from media persons regarding postponement of census, which is slated to be held from April this year, the Chief Minister is sure he will give a statement once he assumes office.
I think major issue in the Nakal and the ID. So, I'm serious concern. Kamaito to Matam, Yumda, and Beanaba, peaceful atmosphere. Census Matansi, Hana, Government in the Pamba, Mali, Adu, Aisu, Opisang Rivina, Wasn't a second guy, Kangakana, I said.
Newly sworn-in Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand has emphasized the need to honor the state's pluralistic nature, shaped by the coexistence of 36 diverse communities, while pledging to prioritize the restoration of peace and normalcy in the state. He stated this in his maiden speech after swearing in as the 13th Chief Minister of Manipur during a reception ceremony held at Thambal Shanglan, Nete Park, Chutek yesterday. Speaking further, Khemchand said that there will be no peace if the people in the state forget that Manipur was created and safeguarded together by 36 different communities residing in the state. He also expressed happiness that a new popular government is being reinstated today after revoking the president's rule. Emphasizing on the hardship endured by the people amidst the crisis, the new Chief Minister said that thousands of people are still displaced and lead a chaotic life. He added that internally displaced people whom he met at the relief camp at Litan a few days before had expressed their strong desire to resettle in their original places, while noting that the IDPs in the relief camps in the Valley district have the same feelings. Khemchand also pledged that he, along with his cabinet colleague, will work towards restoring peace and normalcy in the state.
Namdamama Sapat Privacy, Namdamdo, Santi Levitai. Santi Equity, Community Kutraga Taruk, Nakundava, Lamdi. Stacy Nalakpani, Stacy Sampaniana, Komtupa Taragadi, Manipusi Sapat Payarus. Maruina Iran Sina, quite a Wahli, IDP Haina, Relic Candleva, Borsaki, Jingimusum Tangi, Animal Sin. Nakalani Magna Yumda Handiga, Marata Tapi Sikaranosi, Masiaway, Kango Minaraga, Santi Waris Hanana, Papata Mayama Niraga, Prajasin Punamaki Sozo, Sinimusutam, Aniki Sozoka, with Santi Prokta Taragadi, Manipuri, Future Sea, Strong India, Strong Manipur, Hyper Posi, Akoi, Tapati, Kuntango, with Masin Punda Taragadi, with Sakapa, Tengorini, Tokyo Iran, with Homba Kayalasu. We sing Sinau Sinosu, Tamil Sinau Sinosu, Saunamaki, Kautom Ragana, Amanamanga Raga, Manipusi, Sapat Minasi, Habasimi comes again. Public Lucky Bagi, Gomez and Tenagi Bawa, Party and Tenagi Bawa, then Lan, Ilan Sina Tenagi Bawa, Mayamsi, and Granda. Ekoi Isana Yomba, Adumba Cabinet Minister, where we were Sakaduna. I go eat Karmi Singh, Teen and Shina Yin was Sukamudi. Aduna, I go in Manga Tarisi, Chayama election. Dear Lava Matamsida, Koi, Sati, Purna, Hoda, Koi Karmi Singh, Karamina Sakash, Namatin Pambaya, Lagahido, Kumiam Tanak and Namatin Pangsage.
Manipur Inner Parliamentary Constituency MP Dr. Bimola Koijam congratulated and extended his best wishes to Singjume AC MLA Yumnam Khemchand on taking oath as the Chief Minister of Manipur. In a praise statement released yesterday, MP Bimol expressed hope that under Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand's leadership, Manipur can defend, recover and assert its constitutional autonomy, including law and order, at its sovereign and plenary authority under the Constitution, while addressing its pressing issues and challenges. While urging the state's legitimacy is not undermined by any groups, MP Bimol drew Chief Minister Kim Chen's attention to uphold justice and hold those responsible accountable for the mayhem that began on May 3, 2023, as the key issues requiring immediate attention. He also appealed for safe resettlement of IDPs while wishing for success in its governance and development. Meitei Alliance has congratulated Yumnam Khemchand on his swearing-in as the new Chief Minister of Manipur, along with Deputy Chief Ministers Nemcha Kipgan and Losi Diko and the newly formed Council of Ministers, stating that the formation of an elected government after nearly 3 years of grave violence carries immense responsibility and hope for the people. In a statement, the alliance said the crisis is outcome of the decades of misgovernance and systematic failures, citing unchecked suspension of Operation Sioux agreements, illegal immigration, expansion of the Golden Triangle drug network, and illegal encroachment of reserved and protected forests as core causes. It urged the new government to prioritize safe, dignified and time-bound return of internally displaced persons with adequate security, rehabilitation and justice, and placed important demands including abrogation of Sioux agreements, identification of illegal immigrants through lawful mechanisms such as NRC, delisting of any Kuki tribe category from scheduled tribe list, eradication of poppy cultivation and drug networks, and eviction of illegal forest encroachers, while appealing to all sections of society to support the government in restoring durable peace and harmony in Manipur through impartial governance and rule of law. And now, before we move on to other news, let's take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep watching SKTV News.
Great opportunity for local operators. SKTV is expanding. Come and be a part of SKTV revolution with high-speed internet, IPTV along with OTT and other benefits. We are building stronger connections through franchising. Become a local cable operator and provide reliable information and entertainment to your neighbors. Unlock your growth with our technology and top-tier service. So if you're looking for exclusive partnership opportunities, then please call us at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
Welcome back. You're watching Afternoon English Bulletin on SKTV. Now proceeding with other news. Manipur Human Rights Commission (MHRC) has directed State Archaeological Department for the protection of 2 historical banyan trees at Mayang Imphal, namely Sati Khongnang and Maiki B Khongnang, as heritage sites. The direction follows a grievance filed by Asem Roshan from Mayang Imphal to centralize public grievance redress and monitoring system, in short CPGRAMS, on the Ministry of Culture on 21st August 2025. Subsequently, on 26 August 2025, Archaeology Survey of India (ASI) Aizawl Circle notified Manipur State Archaeological Superintendent to take up protection measures for the 2 trees. After several delays and non-performance of surveys by the concerned authorities, a complaint was filed at the Manipur Human Rights Commission, following which the Commission on January 29 directed State Archaeology Department to conduct relevant surveys and submit a full report within 3 months. Government of Manipur has issued the transfer and posting order of 4 senior officers with immediate effect in public interest. As per an order issued by Department of Personnel and Administrative Reforms, Personnel Division, IAS Officer N. Ashok Kumar has been posted as Commissioner cum Secretary, Home, Relief and Disaster Management Works, Special Secretary, Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, OSD Manipur Bhavan, New Delhi, in addition to being appointed as Commissioner to the Chief Minister of Manipur. IAS officer Nailinthang Teliang has been posted as Secretary MA OBC and AC, Special Secretary Planning and Secretary to the Chief Minister of Manipur, while MCS officer Yomnam Nelson has been assigned as Joint Secretary Land Resources, Secretary State Election Commission, OSD Manipur Staff Selection Commission, along with additional charge of Joint Secretary to the Chief Minister. Meanwhile, Ketrimayu Umananda has been posted as Director RD and PR and in charge Director SIRD and has also been given additional responsibility of OSD to the Chief Minister. The order was issued by Joint Secretary Bidyarani Ayekpam by order and in the name of the Governor of Manipur. Working Committee of United Naga Council WCUNC has declared Khonsakul Khonsaram village as the traditional owner of the disputed Tanzai Gulpi treating areas following detailed inquiry into April 5, 2025 incident involving a physical assault on Khonsakul villages by residents of Lailong Vaifei village. The declaration was issued on February 4, 2026 after months of hearings, spot verification, examination of historical records and repeated attempts at an amicable settlement between the two villages. The communal tension has erupted after Khonsakul village leaders, including village chief, chairman, secretary, pastor and others, were attacked in connection with the land dispute. The situation prompted intervention by UNC and other apex bodies, leading to customary reconciliation rituals on June 11, 2025, during which Sadar Hills Chief Association accepted moral responsibility, tendered an apology, paid 1 lakh rupees towards medical expenses and agreed to settle the dispute under customary law. However, Working Committee of UNC noted that Lianan Vaifei village later failed to participate in multiple scheduled meetings, rendering settlement process untenable. After examining extensive documentary evidence, including British-era Hill House tax records, PMSD court orders, Manipur State Darbar verdicts, Chakravarti Report 1922 and post-independence court rulings, Working Committee of UNC concluded that the disputed land traditionally belongs to Khonsakul village. While both communities currently utilize portions of the land, the council affirmed Khonsakul's ownership and directed both parties to maintain status quo, ensure unhindered access to farmlands and roads, remove propagative structures, and refrain from action that could disturb communal harmony. Working Committee of UNC warned that any violation of the declaration will invite full responsibility for ensuing consequences. Kangpokpi District Internally Displaced Welfare Committee expressed strong concern over non-registration of around 800 internally displaced persons in Kangpokpi District, despite their details having been submitted to the Chief Secretary through Post Office last year. Terming the omission as unacceptable, the committee urged the Chief Secretary to intervene immediately and ensure registration of the affected IDPs with Deputy Commissioner Kangpokpi so that they can avail their entitled relief and benefits. Kangpokpi District Internally Displaced Welfare Committee also highlighted that many displaced farmers are yet to receive compensation for losses incurred during 2023, 2024 and 2025. It stated that the 3 lakh rupees assistance under PMAYG is insufficient for house construction and should not be treated as compensation for damaged or burnt houses. The committee demanded expeditious processing of damaged assessment forms submitted to the DC's office and called for continued DBT support to IDPs until normalcy is restored. Noting that the memorandum was submitted to the Chief Secretary on August 8, 2025, the committee warned that continued silence and inaction will be viewed as failure to address the concerns of displaced persons. Two-day seminar on horticulture activities for income enhancement and livelihood security, opportunities and challenges under the mission for integrated development of horticulture MIDH 2025-26 first installment was successfully organized on February 3rd and 4th at the training hall of the Office of District Officer Horticulture and SC Thoubal. The seminar was inaugurated by a senior scientist and head of KVK Thoubal, Dr. KH Premlata, in the presence of SDAO, DAO Thoubal Kakching, A. Gomti and DO Horticulture and SC Thoubal, KH Malem Nganba Mite were the presiding members. The seminar aimed to create awareness among farmers, field functionaries, entrepreneurs and other stakeholders on the scope of horticulture for income enhancement and sustainable livelihood security. Experts and resource persons deliberated on crop diversification, improved cultivation practice, post-harvest management, value addition, marketing strategies, and climate-resilient technologies, highlighting the role of MIDH in holistic horticulture development and doubling farmers' income. Participants actively interacted with the experts, sharing field-level challenges and experiences. The program concluded with a valedictory session emphasizing continuous capacity building and effective implementation of horticulture schemes for the socio-economic development of the farming community in Thoubal district. Sky Hospital, in collaboration with the Manipur Heart Foundation, conducted the third edition of free 1-month dialysis camp from January 1st to 31st, 2026, benefiting CKD patients from BPL families and economically weaker sections. As a part of its humanitarian initiative, patients received 20 free life-saving dialysis stations, along with heart care and management of diabetes and hypertension. Chief cardiologists and physicians of Sky Hospital, Dr. Shyam Kishore Laitakengbam, expressed satisfaction over the strong public response and urged people to avail such free camps conducted periodically. An emotional moment was witnessed when the patient's family expressed gratitude for the timely treatment that helped sustain his life. Transgender social activist Malem Thongam carried out her campaign to move freely at Awang Sekmai today. The campaign, which aims to address issues including violence, threats and restrictions on the movement, particularly for Meitei people on national highways, was launched on December 17 last year. It seeks support to file a case at Supreme Court against these challenges. Notably, Malem had previously filed an FIR against Committee on Tribal Unity (COTU) for threatening her not to pass through her peace campaign on national highways in Kangpokpi district. The campaign highlights concern about the buffer zones and movement restrictions affecting thousands of people, besides promoting peace and freedom of movement in the state. And now the national news. Lok Sabha on Thursday passed the motion of thanks on the President's address without Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivering his customary reply as proceedings remained disrupted by sustained opposition protests. This was the first such instance since 2004 when the Prime Minister could not respond to the motion in the lower house. The protests were triggered by the opposition demand to allow Congress leader Rahul Gandhi to quote from an unpublished memo of former Army Chief General M.M. Naravane, allegedly referring to political decision-making during the 2020 India-China border standoff. Amid sloganeering, Speaker Om Birla put the opposition's amendments to vote and rejected them before the motion of thanks to President Draupadi Murmu's January 28 address was adopted by a voice vote. The House was adjourned multiple times, including during the day, including within minutes of convening. On Wednesday, Gandhi accused the Prime Minister of avoiding Parliament out of fear of facing questions related to the memo, while Modi's scheduled address was deferred after proceedings were adjourned following heightened protests, which escalated further after BJP MP Nishikant Dubey displayed books critical of the Gandhi family. And now the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Centre Imphal state's maximum temperature was recorded at 24.5 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 8.5 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 77% in the morning and 28% in the evening today. And before I wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Seventh session of 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly begins. New Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand faces floor test. Protests erupt in Delhi and Churchandpur over Kangpok PMLA Nemcha Kipgan taking oath as Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand says his first task as Chief Minister is to focus on resettlement of internally displaced persons. And Manipur Human Rights Commission's orders State Archaeology Department to safeguard Sati Khongnang and Maikibi Khongnang at Mayang Imphal as heritage sites. Well, that's all we have in this afternoon bulletin. Thanks for watching SKTV News and keep watching for more news updates. Till then, have a great evening.